The museum's first section is Timeline. This section tells the story of the company by tracing the history of its production plants, from the Portello, where the company was born in Milan, to Arese, Pomigliano d'Arco, and finally the Balocco test track. Secondly, it focuses on the people, managers, great designers, sport directors, who left their mark on these 110 years of history. Finally, an homage to all those Alfa employees who have written big or small pages of this story. But the absolute stars are the vehicles. 19 cars that bear witness to the various chapters in this 11 decades history. A history that naturally had to begin with the 24 horsepower, the first vehicle presented in 1910. 4 inline cylinders, 4 liters, 40 horsepower and 100 km/h in maximum speed. But still no brakes on front wheels, and wheels made on wood. A unique and still perfectly functioning vehicle.
After the success of the 24 HP, Alfa starts to make profit already in 1913. During the war years, it would become Alfa Romeo with the arrival of Nicola Romeo and would bring home a long line of international successes, such as for instance this RL, which was sold to an India Maharaja. This was the beginning of a series of victories and new projects that opened the doors to the 30s.
A period of great commercial success in the most important elegance contest, but also in the big races of that time. From the Mille Miglia to the Targa Florio and the 24 Hour of Le Mans, Vittorio Jano's vehicles, first the 6Cs and then the 8Cs, just couldn't stop winning. This is the long wheelbase 8C 2300, which won the 24 Hour of Le Mans race in 1931. It's powered by one of the designer's masterpieces, an inline 8-cylinder twin-cam with compressor, which was a true winner in the races, as well one of the most powerful and adaptable engines on the market.
In 1932, Alfa Romeo was placed under government control. These were years of remarkable successes and remarkable cars, which led to the years of the Second World War, when Alfa Romeo focused particularly on the production of aircraft engines.
After the war, the world was entirely new, and in 1950, with the 1900, the 1900, Alfa Romeo began producing on the assembly line. A much smaller car with a 4-cylinder twin-cam engine and Cessna 14 body. 18,000 of them were built, more than Alfa Romeo's entire production in the previous 40 years. But the true turn of events came with the Giulietta, a woman's name, a fresh and innovative color range, and, above all, a huge commercial success, also thanks to its brilliant performances. Thus, Hitler's girlfriend was born. A success that was later repeated by its successor, the Giulia, presented in 1962. Designed by the wind was its slogan, because, for the first time, the bodywork had been studied according to aerodynamic principles, which made it extremely fast. But it would also be the first vehicle designed for safety. With its gradually deforming body that already complied with safety regulations that would be introduced 10 years later. The 70s begin with the introduction of the Montreal, which had been presented at the Canadian Expo 3 years earlier. It was the ideal aspiration of modern man in terms of cars, and would represent a true turn of events in its design and colors. Then, the Alfa Sud plant was established in Pomigliano d'Arco, where the first compact car with front-wheel drive was built, and the project for the Alfetta saw the light, the sports sedan with a transaxle setup.
The last evolution of the Alfetta was the 75, which got its name as a tribute to the 75th anniversary of Alfa Romeo. And then came the elegant sedan designed by Pininfarina, the 164, with front-wheel drive.
This was a time of revolution for the style center, but also for the mechanics. The common rail turbo diesel engine made its debut, as well as the high double wishbone front suspension. Soon, the 156 would become an unbeatable vehicle on the road, where it collected 90,000 orders in the first 3 months, but also on the track, where in just 10 years it won 13 championships in the touring category and paved the way for a new generation of Alfa, which is represented here at the museum by the concept car of the 8C Competizione.